Do you think it was wise to leave Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Thought they were loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right.
Welcome, stranger. I suppose we won't be seeing you again.
Excuse me.
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on it. The Empire wants answers and what...
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100-fold... 100? I heard it were 1,000. We're going hunting for outlaws. How'd you like that? 2 more left to join the garrison. You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. At least I think there was a Black Shield.
Was this the first time they...
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. If only we were. I might have turned him in and become a Black Shield.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know,
How'd you get it?
but we need to find out. Greetings, friend.
I know that.
We couldn't help noticing.
Don't you go telling... I speak for the people of this village. You are to leave at...
May I at least...
I don't know who you are or what brings you here. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are, some might call it, submission. But if it will spare this village, we'll not.
Then we shall be on up. These people live with a knife. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate...
Abidi.
Are you all right?
We still don't know who the Black...
Well, whoever they are, but other than Martha, a new ally would certainly be welcome. Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Come on. This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the Apollo we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
This one.
Good girl. Thanks, girl. More of my mother's men.
This one.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night.
Say that again. I'll show you a true
Over here!
this one. Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry. Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
This one! Kill! Over here! Ramu! Stick him!
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
They tell us there's a curfew, and then refuse us.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Until my mother better.
over!
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy! Voice-ridden dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here.
More than enough for everything!
Hang the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties! Cut you down where you stand!
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. But Lazarus... We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. Sir Wade.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son?
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves Shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Not the backup, man.
are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage. May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Tell us then, Sir Wade.
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill, sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians. The Black Shield, this will allow us to wage battle on the bridge. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see.
How small
Small enough. Now that I have you and Lady Jill.
But until we arrived, that was your plan.
Sir Wade.
Very good.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps
there is but one thing. Putting an end.
And so we
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since. There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear. This one.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them. Too slow.
More dragons.
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Over here!
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. She'll move swiftly to see her.
And then it will... I often wonder if the nation we once knew, her fields rot. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but yet be that as it may. It is... For as long as the Firebirds and her loyal subjects may dream of a day...
So Wade.
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the a sound strategy.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the Mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Cid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Why then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others. Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Typical nobles.
How did we never
There are
hear
new
of
billets
the
being
buildings of the
posted
town?
every day.
Clive!
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn, and if I'm honest, he ain't been... Normally it only takes a couple of drinks to... Something's getting him down. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his...
Fine.
Knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So wait a bit, then...
How may I help you today, Clive? Your benefactors are a generous lot. Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
I didn't take you for a scholar.
Oh, this? Wait, I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems... Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance from spit roasts to sweetmeats. This book has them all.
If it's my blessing.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. But you're made of sterner stuff.
Something tells me...
Fantastic!
So...
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the Gormans of Orient. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in a beast, no doubt, most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more...
Does the book say anything?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout...
Roses. One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something.
Monster's taken quite a liking to me.
What's it got to do with...
August was worried that something had been... I thought you might want to...
I told you not to stick...
Clive just wants to help, innit? Talk to him. You never know. Please, mate.
It's not the sort of thing you...
Why don't you tell us all...
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on good. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Made my... I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. There. You got what you came for.
All right. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Didn't think anything could wrap...
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his... Something tells me this is... If he has doubts, it will affect his work.
I couldn't agree...
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Assuming you're happy to...
Too bloody...
Glad to hear it. Karen, Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come...
And he ain't been himself since he saw it.
Sorry, sold it. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way... But it were nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if that's all his stuff to order. But the fella who commissioned it refused to pay.
You don't know where we might...
Like I said, he's a bit... Don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking...
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next
Here! There's a griffin on the hunt board. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? So...
Thank you, Karen.
At least you...
So, it sounds like going after that griffin.
I'll leave the hunting to... While you get on with that, I'll...
Good idea.
Clive? So, what'll it be? That it? Fine.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad without all the bloody dust.
Typical nobles.
griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. Is something there, boy? Could that be our man? Are you all right?
That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off.
More likely then.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather...
Not so lowly from what I... Do you remember selling to a merchant by the...
She bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She's...
It's not her who's...
Well...
You should be.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like you. I'd dearly love to... Actually...
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff. If your man's as skilled as he...
You sure?
Well, you did. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself.
In that case?
I'd be much obliged. Right. You send your black...
Will do. Hopefully this will sweeten blood.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
Ah, welcome. Time?
Unwanted violets, if you have them.
Why, you're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer. When there was a war on, and even if they were.
Do the
I dare say they do.
Thank you.
Stay sharp.
Ambrosia won't help me here.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
Fly, Ambrosia. Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against. I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
Did you find,
I didn't.
Marvellous! Let's see.
You wouldn't be wrong.
Into the pot. I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm, not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked... Odin's teeth. What assault on the senses. It's like... And yet... Up... It takes a moment to recover from such an... I must share this gift. I won't rest until a single mouthful... And Molly...
I'm...
Huns's taken quite a liking to Lady.
And with a bit of luck. How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get... Oh, this...
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Here, Clive.
Camille, I believe.
I thought there ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name, turns out, he's from Tabor. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret.
Then we better keep this close.
Listen, sorry, still. I'm glad.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway.
It's good to have you back.
Just don't expect me to go turning. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he can... Don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing.
Looks like we won't be need...
As if there was a better one. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. Right, now that's sorted. Thanks, Clive.
Clive? What do you want? Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it. Anything else?
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad without all the... Typical nobles.
Over here! Get him! All yours, Torgal! Go for it!
Oh, there aren't any more of them.
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? You earned this. Hasn't been delivered yet, I'm afraid.
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye? Always something in there.
Keep them pilchers nice and chilled.
Look at this place. We spend half a day.
Enough.
Rest well. I know I will.
Did you come to borrow a book, Sid? Because you can't have this.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive? I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Candle.
What do you need? So, what'll it be?